Hello. Anu, are you able to hear me? Hello, Anu, are you available?
Yes, ma'am.
Anu, just 5 minutes. Anu, Rakesh is also joining. So once he join, we'll start. In the meantime, no, Anu, when you are actually, I'm not able to hear you. Can you please reply on chat? You will be giving exam by June, right? Okay. So you have started preparing for the exams? Because I just want to understand in this class whether you are able to understand or still anything I need to focus more on the particular chapters. Can you please let me know, Anu? Can you please ping me? I can read your messages. So suppose if you are still not when you started preparing, so whether you are able to find solutions for the scope of supply, or whether you are able to when you are going through this time or place of supply, are you comfortable with those chapters? Okay, so you are yet to start indirect tax or what? Okay, sure. Okay, no problem, Anu. 1 second, I'm accepting Rakesh also. Yeah, no issues. Rakesh, we have not yet started today's session, and I'm not able to hear also. Can you please put me in that chat, ping me on the chat only, how, whether you started preparing, or when you start preparing, whether you face any challenges in our earlier topics, or how we can improve, so that we in the short period of this time, because June month is exam, so only 2 months hardly is there. So how we can prepare, because is that okay, 15 minutes or something on WhatsApp, will share some questions, or if you have any doubt you can reach anytime, something like that. Whether how comfortable in this class, Rakesh, so I can also improve or add more problems or more illustrations. I am okay even if you are available on Saturday morning, or Sunday early mornings like 7 to 9, something like that, because once we give more effort to in this 2 months, then you will be free later. That's why my intention is, and nothing else. So if you have any doubt or anything, you can reach me anytime. So morning may not be available, so after 7 or 7:30 I am available. Anytime you can reach me. So Rakesh, from your side, whether you started preparing, Rakesh? Are you able to hear me? So Anu, are you able to hear me? So okay. Yeah, thanks. So Rakesh, are you able to hear me? Just ping Rakesh. I don't know where Rakesh, are you able to hear me? Anu, I'm not sure whether Rakesh is able to hear, but please start prepare IDT also. It will be once you are okay with this first 4 5 chapters, no, like scope of supply, time, place, valuation, ITC. So this only will take more time. Rest other chapters are mostly theoretical, like if you don't follow this compliance, what are the penalties or the fines. Some looks like just we need to give our idea. So that what is the registration due date, what if he is if the supplier is composite under composition scheme, so what is the registration date, and these things only from chapter 6 to rest of the chapters, like what is e invoice, e way bill. So what about this GST network, mostly theory only. First 5 chapters only fully it is related to problems and the concepts. Rest other chapters like registration and these things, those are theoretical. So please start prepare, and any doubt anytime you can reach me. So Rakesh, are you available? Even Anu, this customs also where we can score 30 percentage. In customs, please look into the valuation and baggage chapter. So if you are thorough in this baggage and the valuation chapter, no, definitely you will be you are ready to score for minimum 10 to 15 marks. So please have a look on this valuation and the baggage. So baggage, the last thing which we have seen, no, most of the questions are from the same related to that only. So you need to understand what are the general free allowance, and that is duty free allowance, and where the duty is 100% taxable. These concepts only, very it is a limited thing only, so you can focus on the customs related also. Rakesh, yes, you are typing something, but as usual, I am not able to hear from your side, but I can see the chat messages. And Rakesh, I have not yet started today. Just I was understanding whether you started preparing for the exams, and what in the previous lectures, are you able to follow me? And once you start preparing, if there is any doubt or any help is required, no, you can reach me anytime, so that I can guide you or help you with some other relevant materials or more illustrations or something like that. Oh, he has left actually. Anu, that baggage, when we seen those chapters, no, whether you could able to follow me? Hello. Yes, Rakesh. Sorry, we missed you. I was actually trying to reach. So, have you started preparing, Rakesh? And can you please ping me on the Teams, because I am not able to hear actually some issue, I think. So, previous lectures, whether you could be able to follow, or do I need to add some more illustrations, or how we can go, or only it is hardly only 2 months are there. So I was just telling Anu also, so you start preparing and I am available daily. No, yes, you could able to hear, whether you were able to follow what I was trying to explain, whether you were able to follow. Yeah, I will. Okay, fine, thank you. And the previous records also I will find and I will share with you, no issues. But when you start preparing, so wherever you are stuck, or if you are not able to go ahead, that is move further, or any doubt is there, please ping me on the WhatsApp, our WhatsApp also. I am available actually. And you take wherever the problems, if you are finding any issues where you couldn't able to understand any concept, something like that, please take a picture of that problem and put it on the WhatsApp. So after 7 or 7:30 I am available every day. I will have a look and reply you. So actually what I started for inter, my plan actually, I am sharing my screen, so you please have a look. So you also please suggest whether we shall we follow like this, like every day some 1 hour at least to have a look. Actually I shared my screen now, last week only, but not continuously. Like in the last week I started for this inter. My plan was, here I shared the previous year question paper, but going forward, if I for example I am saying for our final, if I select the final topic like time of supply, I will give you what are the topics in the time of supply, and against that under what are the circumstances or criteria, how you should find the time of supply. Based on that I will share with some few other question papers or other CA or CS related, whether you are able to solve, please have a look. But at least daily half an hour to 1 hour, please give some time so that you will not miss anything. So this was the previously I shared for inter. If you see this, no, I think for final we don't have this constitution articles related. So I will just move on to some of the topics. See, these are the inter questions only. We have seen this in our time of supply. If you see, if the goods are received in installment, then ITC can be availed. There are some few options are there. The same, there is no change for even for final also it is the same. So I will try to share like this. You please try whether you could able to solve some interrelated, because inter you might have attended some 1 year back, so whether you could able to follow this, so it will be testing our own selves, ourselves only. So nothing in this. See here, the question here is, if the goods are received in installment, then ITC can be availed. So when this ITC, so 50% ITC can be taken on receipt of first installment and the balance 50%. So these are many options are there. So which one is the right? So we need to choose. So I just shared for Inter. They have to refer the in our indirect tax paper. Need to refer page number 145. It is there, and the answer is ITC can be taken on receipt of last installment. So this way, for our final also, we will do something so that it should give some confidence, or you should be comfortable in the lectures. So that is my only intention. So it should not happen like only this Friday, Saturday, and then you may in the middle of the week you may not have some time also. So then you will be opening the book on next Friday, Saturday. So that is my only request from your side. So we will, so if I chat started in the WhatsApp, suppose if you are asking any doubt and if I am replying, so it will be easy for you, give more comfort on the topics. That is my intention here is. So if you see this now, the time of supply of goods, where supplier is liable to pay tax under forward charge shall be. So if you see time of supply, actually we have seen in our earlier class. So the answer here is D, which is A or B, whichever is earlier. The date of actual issue of invoice or the last date the invoice with which he is required to issue the invoice with respect to the supply. So whichever date is earlier, that is the time of supply. So in our time of supply, you might have seen some different criteria or situations. So if it is this type of issue is there, which date we need to consider. So those things, it is in Inter only. Just to test, we can have a look on the Inter question papers as well. I will share this Inter question paper. You also please check whether you could able to solve those. So which of the following activities, neither supply of goods nor supply of services. So this is sale of land and building. So when in our class also we have seen Schedule 1, Schedule 2 and Schedule 3 in scope of supply chapter. These three schedules are very important. So this comes under Schedule 3. So any sale of land and building, it is neither supply of goods nor supply of services. So this answer, we can refer this page number. So if you take one chapter, please try to cover all those points. So I will share today or tomorrow from the chapter time or place of supply. Please have a look whether that how much it helps you to understand the chapter and how you could able to answer. So you please have a look and tell me in the next class whether you could able to follow. So accordingly we can start working on those problems. Yeah. Okay, Rakesh, I think again we lost connection. We were just discussing in this previous question paper of Inter only. So Today, no problem, Rakesh, no issues. What I was discussing with Anu, actually, if I could able to hear you, no, it will be more easy. But I don't know why here I couldn't able to hear from your end. I was just telling, actually our class is on Friday and Saturday. So it should not happen that this Friday, Saturday you are looking into interactive tax book, and when the next lecture comes in the Friday, next Friday only you are again opening the indirect tax. So it should not happen like that. Daily at least spare 30 minutes. Then slowly you increase 45, 1 hour. So that you will have a touch with that subject. So at the end, that is when the exam is nearing, you will not face any issues. So please daily have 30 minutes spare only for the indirect tax. This actually I was sharing the one which you are seeing in the screen. This I have shared for the inter. So same, but for final previous year question paper also we will discuss. But at the same time, what we will do now, today or tomorrow, I will share for scope of supply or time or place. I will have a look. So which one is very easy? Like if this situation comes, what should be the answer? Say for example, place of supply, we might have seen the bill to is to one state and the ship to is to another state. So in that case, what should be your place of supply? Whether to be treated as intrastate or interstate. So we have seen different criteria or different situations. So what same way I will list down those points, and against that I will give you as per our section only what should be our place of supply to be considered. Same way I will give some problems. Please try, and if you are not comfortable, please let me know in the next class. So at least you will not miss anything. You will give some time to have a look on those problems. Because only 2 months is there, so we should be more focused on our studies, so that it will get clear in the first go itself. So we don't want to stretch further. So that is my only intention. This 2 months also, it is a good time for us to have a look on our subjects, to study and prepare well. So don't worry, but at the same time, every day please spend some time, and wherever you are stuck, please reach out to me. So I will also have a look with other materials or with other question papers or other contact or friends. I will come and discuss on the class. So now, so far we were discussing on the scope, time, place, now into valuation topic. So if in your inter, if you have already seen those topics and you want to give more preference to other topics like e-invoice, e-way bill, registration, returns, audit returns and records, please let me know also. Like tomorrow we have our class. If you are willing to have tomorrow to discuss about the returns or discuss about the e-way bill, you can ping me on the WhatsApp. So accordingly I will prepare and we can discuss in the class. So that it should give you more comforts. That's my request. And if you have any other suggestions or anything, please tell me. Accordingly, I will update in my this PPT also. So we will start with our continue with our valuation chapter. So suppose in our in our regular like WhatsApp, once we start, so if you are not comfortable with what I am sharing, so if you want, please share me in this way, in this format, something. If you have any idea, please let me know as well. So please have a look these questions, like this has been asked, a supply of package consisting of if you see these questions, no, actually for inter it is for 50 marks for direct and 50 for indirect. So this has been asked in the true or false. See this one, the supply of package consisting canned food, sweets, chocolates, cakes, when supplied for a single price. Is this a composite supply? So this has been covered in our scope of supply chapter, if you remember. So in the scope of supply, we have discussed, like if this is for a single price, then it is not a composite, so it is a mixed supply. So mixed supply means even we can sell these food separately, sweets separately, chocolates separately. So if you are able to sell these items separately, so it is a mixed supply. So two or more individual supplies or a combination in conjunction with each other by a taxable, where supply does not constitute a composite supply. So starting from the scope of supply also we'll discuss. So suppose if you want to discuss on the registration, ping me on WhatsApp. Registration related from the basic, like what is the threshold limit. So if when I should go for GST registration, so from the basics we can discuss. So you will get some idea in our WhatsApp. Then in the next class we will go in depth and we will share multiple problems and we'll discuss on the same. So daily my request is, please spend some time for the preparation of indirect tax. At least half an hour is okay. But half an hour, give more focus on our IDT topics. See why I am sharing this, because you should be comfortable, and in inter also we see actually I want to share with inter with the answers, so you will not find here, but you can have a look on the questions here. This is the features of indirect tax. Below if you see, examine the registration requirements under GST law. So there are two different things. So whenever we talk about registration, you should see the threshold limit on the aggregate turnover, and we should see the place. So the place is which, and what is the aggregate turnover is there, and what type of business he is dealing. So these are the major criteria. So we have once registration question. If you are looking into now, you need to see from what is the place, because for a few cases 20 lakhs is the limit, for a few it is 40 lakhs for goods, for 20 lakhs for services. So these are the conditions are there. So that's why we have to see some four things mainly: place, and what is the type of supply, whether it is goods or services, and what is the turnover. So likewise we will start discussing and start working, so it should be very easy for our preparation as well. See, I think this is related to exemptions. Yes, because sometimes whatever you are seeing into this inter questions, same has been asked in the final also, because there is not much change. If you see here the time of supply, same, what is, how we have to, we will be calculating the time of supply. And here if you see the compute available ITC is there. Yes, and if you see this problem, this is the valuation. So if you remember in our previous class to the previous class where we discussed on the baggage and valuation, this similar exercise we have done. So what is the CIF? Cost, insurance, freight, air freight. So if you remember, no, this air freight means we don't, there are two things to check. You need to consider this $1,000, and on the FOB value 20% we need to take. On that, whichever is less, that value we need to consider for our assessable value. And which exchange rate and what is the customs. So here only one customs duty, so we will be considering the same. So but when you see the exchange rate, which exchange rate we need to consider. So these type of problems we will not, so you will clear within this, suppose if we are starting from April, within April itself you will have some clarity on these topics. So you will not need not want to spend at the time of revision. So that's why I wanted to discuss this before moving into our regular class. And I'm also not sure whether you are comfortable with my class or so what, just wanted to check. So this also related to registration. So I am moving on to the our regular valuation. So baggage, you know, we were completed entirely the baggage. So from the customs we have 30% is from customs. So baggage, if you are clear, means there are only a few things you need to remember, like general free allowance, what is baggage meaning. So on that annexure 1. So these are the main things you need to remember. So once if you are okay with that, you can start having looking into the problems. So what is gold jewelry, if it is carried by men, if it is carried by women, what is the criteria, conditions are there. So you should not spend much time at the time during examination. So these small things, daily have a look on this. So it should not take much time for other points which we need to revise. So now we will see into the valuation chapter. So in valuation, in our last class we have discussed on the these two things. So we'll see this flow chart first. So in our previous class we were whether my screen share is clear. Is that okay? Able to see my screen?
It is visible. Yes, it is visible, ma'am.
Actually I'm not able to hear anything. but you are okay to see my screen is visible, right? Yeah, okay, fine, thanks. Okay, so in our last class, so in this chapter itself, if I take how to go for a revision, so in valuation we have two things major. So one is you need to remember these sections like 15:1 2C 2A 2B 2C 2D 2E and discount. So discount covers major things. So discount means before and at the time of supply, if the supplier gives the discount, so under that situation, how to in GST related, how we will be considering. So after supply, if something is discount is announced, whether that will have an impact. So those things are the major one, and we have few rules are there. So rules are like rule 27 to 31 we have. So before going into the rules, this discount point is very important. So just to recapitulate, we will see a simple problem from the discount, and then we will go with the rules. So this problem we have seen in our last class, because this is the same type of problem even in the final exam also, which has been asked. So we will just to recapitulate what has been seen in our previous class, because this covers all that packing charges and how we will be considering the discount on what value. We'll have a look. So Best Cars Limited sells a car worth 5 lakhs to Sundar Automobiles. Best Cars incurred packing charges 6,000 on the car. Best Cars Limited provided discount of 1% on the car price as part of Diwali scheme. So they have announced this discount at the initial level itself, provided a discount of 1% on the car price. So sometimes we may have a doubt, this 1% discount on this car 5 lakhs or including packing charges, though the term here clearly mentioned the car price, but still we may have a oscillation, like whether we need to consider this 5 lakhs plus packing charges of 6,000 or not. So but we should consider pure this car price of 5 lakhs only. And then there is a second point. Best Cars Limited agreed to provide further discount 0.5% if Sundar Automobiles makes payment 31st of the month via net banking. Sundar Automobiles makes the payment by 31st of the month. So by 31st itself they have made the payment. Find the net GST liability. So they have agreed further discount. There is not only 1% discount, there is an additional discount of 0.5% is there. So the value of the product is 5 lakhs and we have the packing charges which is 6,000. So it is 5 lakh 6,000 and there is a discount. So this is about the initial discount of 1%. So it is the transaction value comes to 40. This post deduction of this 5,000, the GST is 45,090 and the invoice price, that is, suppose if I am a Best Car Limited, if I have my own showroom, Then I raise invoice for 5,91,000. Immediately I don't go for further discount of 0.5% because I am not sure whether when they will be making the payment. So this condition of 0.5%, what I told to my customer is Sundar Automobiles. If they make payment by 31st of month. So I am not sure from my end whether the Sundar Automobile is going to release the payment of that is before 31st of the month. So second, if you see this question, there is a continuous one. Since the discount was known at the time of supply, so it can be linked to the specific invoice. So yesterday I raised invoice for 5,91,000 and I gave a condition that before 31st if you are releasing the payment, I will pay you additional discount of 0.5%. So this agreement was known at the time of transaction itself. So what I do next time, I received the payment before 31st of the month. So for that best car, so I will be raising a credit note to Sundar Automobiles. This credit note is for what? Because I will not get impact to my GST of 450 rupees. So the GST impact previously for how much money, for how much I paid the GST? I paid GST of 45,090 and today I issued the credit note. So this 450 is like an input tax credit. You can call this as in ITC or it is like it should be like a refund from the GST. That is either you can treat it as an ITC or it is like a receivable. Then discount given after supply but agreed upon before or at the time of supply, linked to relevant invoices and can be deducted from the transaction value. So if these are agreed before or at the time of supply, you can issue this credit note. Now the next condition here is, so it is the continuation of the same problem only. Like if the customer makes the payment within 2 days, so the best car is going to give 2% discount. So because of some cash crunch issue, I am further announcing that if you are going to make payment within 2 days, instead of 0.5, I will give you 2%. This is agreed now. And the discount not known at the time of supply, it couldn't be claimed as a deduction from the transaction value. So this was not known at the time of supply. If you see here, so 45,090 I paid to the department. Now I am announcing that I will give you 2% discount. Previously, if this is at the time of supply, this 0.5% is known. So this 450, it is like an ITC in our books. Same way, here this 2% is not known. So that up to that extent, you will not be able to issue any credit note, and this entire amount is the payable. So this 45,090 is the payable to the department. So what is the difference between this 0.5% and here this 2%? This 2%, when you are giving the discount, it's not going to be an ITC, input tax credit, in our books because discount was not known at the time of supply. but when this has been discussed at the time of supply, hence this 450 rupees is our input tax credit. So this is the difference between these two transactions. So now we will move on to the next problem. So we know it, job worker also. So this also we have seen in this job worker transaction. So we will have a look again on this job work as well. So Asha Limited, so in the job work, say for example, company A, they are running some clothing related, then they want to have some dyeing purpose, they want to dye the clothes. So for that purpose they are sending some material to us and mentioning that they want to dye these many colors in this clothes. So what I am doing, I will just dye that materials whatever the color they require, and only to that process alone I will be charging to my customer, that is to that seller, whoever is sending me the material. So for me that material will not be a cost for me. So if you see this illustration, it is the similar one. Asha Limited supplies raw material to a job worker, Karina Limited. So who is the job worker here? Karina is the job worker. The finished product of 5,000 packets are returned to Asha Limited, putting the retail sale price 20 rupees on each packet. The product in the packet is covered under MRP provisions. Determine the transaction value. So now the question here is the cost of raw material supplied. So take my example only. So I received some clothes from say Asha Limited. So I am Karina. Say for example, I received the clothes, the material value is 30,000. So that 30,000 is the cost of the material, and that will not be the job workers cost. So here only you see job workers charges including profit, it is 10,000, and the transportation charges for sending the material to the job worker, it is 3,000, and the transportation charges for returning the finished packets to Asha Limited, it is 4,500. So Asha Limited paid certain technology transfer fees to Reena so that Reena can use the said technology in the given job work operation. This technology owned by Asha for subsequent use. Karina Limited offered a discount 2,000 provided full payment made at the time of raising invoice. So suppose if I am going to make payment to Karina Limited entire amount at the time of raising invoice, so what they are announcing, I will get a discount of 2,000, and the same is mentioned in the invoice, and they made the full payment as well. So how we will be presenting for the previous question? The cost of raw material. So the for whom the transaction value means, I don't get confused wherever the transaction value or taxable value comes. Always please remember only one thing. Even in the direct tax, when you have studied the direct tax, we might have seen the name taxable income. So what is meant by taxable income? On the taxable income only you will have to find the income tax, that is we will be using the slab rates. So on the taxable income we use the slab rate to derive the tax to be paid. Same way only here also. So what is mean by transaction value, or you can call taxable value of supply? So on this value only we need to derive the GST. So that is why the transaction value is very important here. So now if you see here the cost of raw material and the job workers charges. So this cost of raw material is 1 minute Rakesh, yes. Final. Once again and just put just a minute Rakesh. From 1st of April. So this is how this training program is. From the students. Yeah, thanks. Thank you. Bye. Actually, there is an announcement for the this industrial oriented program that is getting started by this 1st of April. So the same thing you will be receiving in our WhatsApp group also, and wanted to communicate during the class in our class as well. So that's why one person has come and informed. So you will be getting those informations shortly in our groups for the industrial oriented training programs related it is. So we'll continue here. So this is Karina is a job worker. So for job worker the cost of material is nothing to do with, because this is he receives the material for the value of 30,000 and he will be doing some process and return the material back to the supplier. So for that what is the charges and what is the profit he is adding is 10,000. And the next one is transportation charges. So Asha Limited is sending the goods to Karina Limited. So that transportation charges is the nothing to do with in the hands of Karina. It is not a cost to Karina. So that value also we are not considering. We consider only the job work charges plus what is the transportation charge once he complete the job work and sending the material back to Asha Limited. So that is for 4,500. If you see wherever you could be able to remember thoroughly on the sections, there you mention, suppose if you are in the exams, if you are not forgot the sections, that time please don't mention, but if you are thorough of the sections, do mention the sections like transportation charges. So from where this transportation charges, it is already given for once the job work is done, Karina is returning the material back to Asha. So that transportation charges is 4,500. So the total comes 14,500, and the discount, if you see the section is 15.3, so it is 2,000. Now the transaction value is 12,500. So Karina will calculate GST on 12,500 only. So sometimes what happens, no, we may add this cost of material. Suppose what type of mistakes we generally do. So all these costs we add it and we say this is that, and less the discount, and we say this is the transaction value. But we should have a look on the question correctly. The question here is transaction value in the hands of Karina. So who is Karina in this question? Karina is the job worker here. For the job worker, material cost and what is the transportation which he receives the material from the supplier is nothing to do with the problem. So we should not consider these two costs, and we should consider only the job work charges plus his profit or the margin. And then what is the transportation charges when he return the material back to Asha Limited. This much only. So then we know it, discount is there. So discount we are deducting here. So the transaction value means what? It is the taxable value of supply. On that GST will be calculated. So this is which is related to job worker. Okay, fine. So discount, and we have seen job worker, and now we will start with our rule. We will go with the rules. So what are the rules we are going to follow in this valuation? Means we have 5 rules are there. So first one is rule 27 is for value of supply of goods where consideration is not wholly or in money, not wholly in money. So what are these rules we need to follow is, what is the, we should check what is the open market value, is there any consideration apart from money we received, and what is the value of supply like kind and quality if A and B not applicable. So say for example, I am a GST officer, I am working in the GST department, and I don't see the GST has not been charged for material ABC. So what I need to do, I need to see what is the specific, the physical, or what is the exact character of this ABC product. Similarly, is there any other company who is manufacturing the similar product? So what is the value of that product? So that value I need to consider, and I have to give to my assessee. You need to calculate the GST on this value only. So my assessee may question how you have derived and how you have considered this value. So I can tell him that this similar type of product is manufactured by so and so company, and the value is 100 or 200 rupees. So the same value only I have considered here, and you need to pay GST on this 200 rupees. So that we call it as value of supply like kind and quality if A and B are not applicable. And D is rule 30. So rule 30 we will be seeing it separately how we can derive. So we will have a look on open market value. So open market value means supply of goods or services or both, means full value in money excluding integrated tax, central sales tax, union territory tax and the cess, where the supplier and the recipient are not related and the price is the sole consideration. So if you see the meaning here, not related. So actually we were having that question also. So whenever you are following the chapters, please we'll discuss on the theory part as well, because I know it like when we focus more on problems and we may get theory parts, and when we focus on more on the theory parts we may get problems also. So that's why we don't want to ignore anything. We will give more focus on problems as well as to the theory parts as well. So if I say related means we have multiple things under related, who are called the related person. So one person who is under the influence of the others, and what are the controls, legal persons, or these are the things we should immediately remember, and are not related, and price is the sole consideration to obtain such supply at the same time when the supply is being valued is made. So now we'll see example 10, where a new phone is supplied for 20,000 along with the exchange of old phone. Say for example I am running some mobile shop. So what I am giving offer to the customer, you may exchange your old phone, and for that exchange the original value of the phone is 24,000, and if when you are doing the exchange will give you for 20,000. Old phone I take it for 4,000 and I will give you the new phone for 20,000. This is the offer. So what if a layman will have a problem? So I am not a professional person. I am starting my new business, and the business I am giving this kind of offer to my customers. So what problem I will face, because I don't know whether I should pay GST on 20,000 or I should pay GST on 24,000. So the importance of valuation chapter here we are studying is to have a clear clarity. So what amount the GST has to be paid? What should be the taxable value of supply in this condition? So where a new phone is supplied for 20,000 along with exchange of an old phone, and if the price of new phone without exchange of 24,000, the open market value of new iPhone is 24,000, meaning I will be paying tax on 24 and not on 20,000. That is important. Mr. A, being a registered person, sells TV to all customers for 45,000. He supplied new TV for 42,000 in exchange of old TV. Find the open market value. So we know it is 45,000. This example looks very simple, but when at the time these are being asked in our MCQ types of questions. So now MCQ types of questions, we know it is for per question 2 marks is there. So we'll focus on all the illustrations. And Mrs. X Limited is a manufacturer of car and sells the car in the open market price 11 lakhs. X Limited provided the car to his company auditor 9 lakhs. In return, auditor provided auditing services to X Limited and charged 5,000 with the condition company will be provided the car at the price of 9 lakhs. Find the value, determine the value of supply. So now you will have, I hope you would understand why we are giving more importance to the valuation. So here if you see the last line, determination of value of supply. So our taxable value of supply here we should consider is 11 lakhs. Though I am giving to the company auditor instead of 11, I am selling it for 9, but still the transaction value should be 11 lakhs on which the GST will be levied. Oh, sorry. So now there are 4 things we need to remember under rule number 27. First thing, open market value. So in the problem, if you are able to find open market value, then easy to calculate the GST. Now second criteria is different. Sum total of consideration equal to money if such amount is known at the time of supply provided. If A is not applicable, so A is not there, then in that case how we are going to find the taxable value of supply. So now we'll see with the example. X Limited is a supplier of security services, provided services to Y Limited. As per the contract, Y Limited pay monthly 1 lakh. In the month of November, Y Limited supplied uniforms to all employees of X Limited by spending 20,000. So if you see the contract value is for monthly 1 lakh it is. In the month of November, what they are doing, they supplied uniforms to the all employees separately, that is 20,000, and they raised the bill for 80,000 only. So in that case, here the point is sum total of consideration equal to money. Hence, as a result, X Limited raised a bill 80,000 in the month. In the given case, X Limited received consideration partially in terms of money and partially in kind uniforms. So, say for example, the same illustration only. So in my organization I am appointing some security services, and at the time of appointment it has been agreed, so monthly it is 1 lakh. So in one of the month they to provide uniform, I am giving 20,000 spent for uniform and I gave to the employees. So then that month I received the invoices for 80,000 only. So what should be my taxable value of service? So it should be 80,000 because partially in money and the sum total of consideration equal to money. So the here the remaining amount is partially in kind. So that partially in kind value also we know it is for 20,000. So GST, so you should not see the invoice directly 80,000 on the 80,000 only GST is payable. It should not be concluded in that way. You need to see the partially the other consideration also, that is 20,000. So the GST has to be paid on entire 1 lakh. The GST will be levied on the value of 1 lakh. So next thing is this also similar kind of the partially in kind, partially in money and partially in kind. So here the R Academy normally charge 10,000 for teaching the commerce students. A merit student approaches management of R Academy and narrates his financial position. R Academy management, considering his financial position, agrees to charge 5,000 from such a student. Find the value of taxable value of service. So here R Academy, he is not receiving any consideration at all. But previously if you see, the consideration partially in money and partially in kind means what? By way of uniform. But here they are not, he is not charging the 5,000, seeing the financial position of the student. So financial position considering his, instead of 10,000, he is saying that you pay only 5,000. So the money is received only for 5,000. So in that condition, you should not say it is 10,000 is the taxable value. So since it is received only 5,000, here the taxable value is 5,000 only. So please have a look on the previous illustration and this illustration. What is the difference here? So this is partially in money, partially in kind, and here seeing their financial position, it is the consideration itself is agreed for 5,000 rupees only from that student. So the taxable value is 5,000. So the GST will be levied on 5,000. So now next condition, the value of supply, kind and quality, that is not applicable. So here this one is very important to, actually very simple to understand what is like, kind and quality. So even in our chapter customs valuation, we have come across the similar meaning, the like, kind and quality. So what does it mean? So if I have mouse of if I have a laptop mouse, I will see the laptop mouse of other companies. So what is the price? So the mouse should be approx 700 to 1,000 rupees only. So how I am calculate? I don't see the mouse means it should be 4,000, 5,000. No, mouse cost generally ranges between 700 to 1,000. So that means what? Because I look into other HP, Dell or other this company's mouses. So the cost of what is their products and what should be I have to consider here, that is same kind and quality. Identical or similar nature, similar circumstances, comparison of various factors. Actually for this, no, each and every very good illustrations in our material. Our academy teaching or coaching, budding CMAs and the tuition fee of our academy can be compared with another academy of same kind and nature. This is for the same kind and quality. For that, this illustration here. It means we should not compare with the home tuition of a faculty to the 4th standard students. So whenever I compare and consider as a, say for example, I am the GST officer. So I see some assessee has not paid the GST. So what I am doing, I am comparing what kind of service he is doing. So I found he is taking the lecture for the CMA students. So here in this case, I need to see what is the price charged by the other institutions of CMA only. I should not see any faculty who is teaching for the 4th standard students. So always compare same kind and quality, identical or similar nature. So if you see feather light chairs price, compare with identical or similar nature product, it means feather light product compare with Godrej chair products. So similar product only we need to compare. So then third one is what? Similar circumstances. So value of product in Chennai will be on higher than the product in Sikkim or Assam. The rule provides supply of goods and services shall be in similar circumstances. If the supply of goods and services which value required to be determined made in Chennai, the supply of goods or services considered as base shall be made in Chennai. So I am using some raincoats or some products or umbrella in Chennai. So for that similar product, what is the cost in Chennai only I should see. I should not compare what is the cost in Kashmir for the similar jackets. So the comparison also should be on the similar circumstances. So in that way we should remember. Then last point, comparison of various factors. So comparison of various factors means heavy duty machines cannot be compared with ordinary laser jet printer. Likewise, interior decorator completed interior decoration of a residential house measuring 1000 square feet cannot be compared with doing interior decoration of office service. Say at my home I am doing some interior decoration. So for that price I should not compare with interior decoration done at office. So if you are doing at home, you compare the same with the same square feet of the home only. See the square feet also, as well as if you are doing the interior decoration at home, you compare with at home, you don't compare with office area. So that is comparison of various factors and so on. So these are the three things for the rule 27. So now last case, based on cost as per rule 30, if not as per residual method, rule 31 based on cost as per rule 30, if not as per residual method, rule 31 in that order provided A to C not applicable. So we'll see what is rule 30 now. Rule 30 says, as per rule 30, value of supply of goods or services or both on cost, the value shall be 110% of the cost of production or manufacturers or the cost of acquisition of such goods or services. So if you see below, it is like our costing subject only. So how we prepare the cost sheet, same here. So direct material including the GST 18%. So when we are calculating taxable value, then it should be pure cost, it should not include the value of GST. Then direct wages, other direct expenses, indirect materials, factory overheads, administrative overhead, 25% relating to production capacity, selling and distribution expense, quality control, sale of scrap realized, actual profit margin. So find the we have given the entire list now. Now we should find what is the taxable value of supply. So find the value as per rule 30. So if you see for the first point how we are deriving, this 944 is including GST of 18%. So first step is what? We need to remove the effect of the GST. So how we will remove? This 944 is for 118% and what is for 100? So that means 944 into 100 divided by 118. Then we know direct wages, direct expenses, indirect materials, factory overheads. So coming back to the administrative overhead. So generally administrative, it is not the cost of production related. So we should see the cost of production. So since we are calculating the GST on the supply of goods, so administrative overhead not directly related to production, but within there is a note 25% relating to production capacity. So what is the 25%? So consider only 25%. Then we have quality control. Then subtotal also we have. Then last one very important here is we should see the scrap. What is the scrap here realized? 20 rupees. So the scrap has to be removed, to be deducted. Then only our cost of production have to be derived. So on the cost of production, we need to add the profit margin of 10%. So what is the profit margin on 1455? It is 145. So the value of taxable supply is 1455 plus 145, it is the 1600. So if you see this what Rule 30 says, the Rule 30 says here all these costs, direct material, wages, direct expenses, indirect factory overheads, on this we need to derive the cost of production. On cost of production add 10% profit margin, which gives value of taxable supply of goods. So remember this particular line, because even in 2 mark, that is MCQs, this has been asked, what shall be the percentage? It should be 110%. There has been question like 120%, 130 or 150%. So we may get confused. So always remember the value should be 110% of the cost of production. So on that 10%, once you derive, you will get the taxable value of supply. So now we will see the similar type of problems. Determine the cost of production of the under mentioned product. So the direct material we have direct wages, works overhead, quality control, R&D, administrative, selling and distribution, scrap is there, and administrative overhead. So when administrative overhead is there, please remember, so directly when you see administrative overhead, we don't consider in our cost of production, but there is particularly note has been given, administrative overheads are in relation to production activities. So that means we need to consider in our cost of production. Then material cost. So if you see the direct material, it is 11,800, and the note is mentioned material cost includes 1,800 IGST amount. So deduct 1,800, so you will get the material cost for 10, direct material is 10,000 only. So what in many problems there are so many illustrations like this. So in when you start working on the multiple problems, you will get an idea what are the costs which have been actually in our previous, while preparing the cost sheet, we have some idea like when you are preparing the cost of production, what cost needs to be considered and what cost needs to be eliminated. So we know already about this cost sheet. So we have direct material, direct wages, works overhead, quality, R&D, and administrative we don't generally consider, but because of the note that relating to production, we considered the administrative overheads. Then we have actually I have taken the screenshot of our material only, but what we have to do to have a look on everything, you put this selling and distribution cost as well, but here you don't put any amount and put the remarks. It is not related to production. So then you will not miss any this type, whenever this type of questions are there, you will not miss anything here. So here administration overhead, and next one is selling and distribution cost. So since it is not related to production, make it zero in the amount and put the remarks over there. Then less realizable value of scrap is already given 1200. So the net profit margin based on the total cost of production. So the transaction value, that we call it as an assessable value, on 36,000 the GST is calculated. So similar problems like illustration 19, 21, 20, 21 or similar type of problems only. So we will have a look on this particular illustration. Cost of direct materials, and we know the GST is included. What we need to do? So 25,600 on 25,600 into 100 divided by 128 here. Then cost of direct salaries includes HRA. So in the, it is just for confusing. So sometimes what we do, the direct salary 30,000, we do like less HRA 12,000. But HRA is what? It is part of our salary only. So salary should be 30,000 only. Then we have consumables, depreciation, quality, R&D, administration. Administration means production related is how much? 2,000. Below what it is given? It is project management related. So that you need not want to consider. Then interest and financial charges. So whether interest and financial charges, is that related to production? No. So we are not considering the interest and financial charges. That's why when we want to present in the exam, you put all these, bring all these line items, and then you then check whether to consider. If you are not going to consider, and make that as zero. Like interest and finance charges in our material, it is that line item itself is not there. But my suggestion is you add that line item and show here zero. Then cost incurred due to breakdown of machinery. So whether that is really going to be our production cost? No. So then amortized cost of molds and tools. So it is the amortized cost of, add the amortization cost is also there. That is related to our production. Selling and distribution, we know it is not related to production. And the scrap value realized. So the scrap value realized, what we do? We add all the cost less scrap value realized. So meaning is what? We are adding all our cost and deducting. I sold from the manufacturing process. I was having the scrap, and the scrap was sold for 1,500. That is an income. So the scrap value realized is 1,500. So that amount I am reducing. Then I get the value, which is the cost of production. So the transaction on that you need to add 10 percentage. So this is the transaction value. So that is related to rule 27. So very actually you need to remember only few concepts only, and then we can apply the same in our problems. So please have a look on these problems, because these are looks very simple only. So like how we are preparing the cost sheet, same thing we are same step we are following here, and we are deriving the transaction value same way. Sometimes we may made simple mistakes like administration cost. So administration cost, here it is given production. So production, if it is mentioned, we should consider in our cost. If nothing is there, we should not consider the administration cost. Same way, selling and distribution, which is not related to production. So selling and distribution also should not be considered. And here in the administration, we have project management related. So it is whenever new project comes, the people's work on the new projects, it's a separated team. So that project management also not related entirely to, that is not correlating to production activities. And interest and financial charges. So I might have borrowed some loan from the bank, and to the bank I am paying the interest. So this is not related to production purpose. So this we should not add in our transaction value. So these are looks very simple. So please focus on wherever the important points are there. You don't want to work entirely on everything, but highlight where you need, which are the items you should not consider at the time of calculating the transaction value. So we'll see rule 8 and rule 28. So this rules is covered. So major valuation chapter itself we will be finishing. So before that, before I concluded today's class, want to share one more thing as well from our study material only. So I am trying to open the study material. I think this system got hanged. I am not able to. Yes, 1 second. But whether you are able to see the, I am sharing the screen of our material, study material. I am not sure whether you are able to see the study material in the, whether it is visible, the study material. Okay, because see in this OB, this system also I am not able to see. Okay, no issues. So what actually we'll see about tomorrow. We will finish the remaining portion of rule 28 and these things. And wait, I will add on my PPT only, and I will share this PPT. I don't know why PDF file is not visible. So now I think my screen is visible now. So we will see the remaining of valuation tomorrow, and we will have we'll see how much, what are the important points in the valuation, that we will discuss it, and we will see the duty drawback. In between, that warehouse bond is there, that we will cover later. Before that, this is related to duty drawback. Very interesting chapter this is. So in this duty drawback, we have some problems also to solve. If you see the previous chapter, like manufacture in that warehouse bond related, it is fully theoretical. So I don't want to give more pressure on the theory this thing. I will see any more illustrations to add in that third chapter, and we will see this duty drawback, very interesting one, and you will be facing the challenges where in the organization wherever you work. So we will start with this duty drawback, and Anu and Rakesh, if you have any idea, so tomorrow we will see other chapters like export incentives, or from the GST area we will see, if we want to see e-way bill related. If you have any idea, no, even not now, at least tomorrow, you please ping me today, or you decide yourself, and if you want to see this particular chapter, please ping WhatsApp me, so we will discuss the same chapter. And as I said earlier, I will give you some like a summary type note. So we will see how it works for you, whether it is helping you for your revision. So please let me know, and we will discuss tomorrow the remaining of valuation and this duty drawback. And anything you face, any issues in today's class also, you were not able to follow this problem, something you are having any issue, please let me know. And thank you Anu and Rakesh, and we will meet again tomorrow. So in the meantime, if you have some time, please reach me on WhatsApp. Yeah, thank you Rakesh. Bye, good night.